Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spring 2017 Financial Management. Uh, First, I want to apologize for the course getting a late start. I didn't find out that I was going to be teaching this course until last Friday. So I'm worked as hard as I could to get the course up and running by Monday. So it is now, and I wanted to make this video just to give you guys an overview of how the course is set up in Canvas. So when you first log on to the course, this is what you will see. Uh, this is what I call the student view. So I'm seeing here what you will see on your Canvas. So the the only thing I wanted to point out about this home page as well, one thing is that I designed it so that you wouldn't have any question on what course you were actually on. And the other thing is, um, Canvas is designed so the upcoming assignments are over here on the right, but I'm also going to keep this current things to do list right here that will give you, will let you know as soon as you log into the course what you should be doing or working on week to week in the course. As you can see, I've got this a directive right here. View this video to get an overview of how the course is set up in Canvas. See below link. Well, the link's not there yet because I'm working on that right now. Okay, so this is what I call the Start Here page, or the home page of our course. And I'm just going to run through these menu items. The first one you see here is announcements, and that's just simply what it says it is announcements. And I've got one up here now, a welcome announcement that has a lot of the same information as your syllabus. Hopefully you've already read it. I sent the syllabus as well as the course calendar out to everybody in an email. But the important thing here is it's another place where you can see how to get your 2 required books, which hopefully you have by now. You can get these books in the electronic version instantaneously. So hopefully you have both the textbook and the book, The Triple Bottom Line. Okay, so that's the announcement. Uh, the announcement tab in course menu. Next is probably the most important one, and that is your assignments. And they're going to be right here listed week to week. Now, if you go up here in the right hand corner and you click type, you'll get this week to week, sort of a week to week organization of your assignments. If you click on date, you get pretty much the same thing, but I think it's just easier to read and to see if you just stick with type. And then you can see I've only got the week 1 and week 2 up right now. I will have week 3 up here shortly, and they'll become all your weekly assignments will become become available on Canvas midnight Sunday night, 12:01 a.m. Monday morning. The week that they're going to be due. Okay, so you'll have a whole week to do each of your 3 weekly assignments. Okay, let's just look at the next menu item, which is discussions. And so every week you'll have a online discussion, and I'll just click on the one for week 2, so you can see what that's going to look like, based on the book, The Triple Bottom Line. And so you'll have the prompt here, and I'm always going to ask you to write between 400 and 600 words in your initial post responding to the prompt that I have for you here. And then I want you to, sometime during the week after you've submitted here your initial 400 to 600 words responding to the prompt, I want you to respond to at least 2 of your classmates' posts. And if you look at the rubric, which you can go to this little wheel at the top right hand up here and go show rubric, click on show rubric, you'll see how I'm going to grade it. Um, so it's very important that you meet all the requirements of the rubric, and probably the one that gets probably is the hardest is this idea that I want you to submit your first post, submit your initial long post responding to the prompt early in the week, Thursday at the latest, and the rationale behind that is that if you wait until Sunday when this discussion is due to write your initial post, then none of your classmates are going to have a chance or an opportunity to respond to you. So in order to get the engagement that you want to have in a discussion, then it's very important that everyone submit your initial post as early as possible in the week. Okay? So that's your discussions, and you'll get one of those every week based on a chapter in this book, the Triple Bottom Line. So that's why it's very, very important that you have that book now. The next tab is going to be your grades, and since I'm on the account for the test student, I just put in some fake grades here for the first for the week 1 and the week 2 assignments, which are there 6 in total. Now, as I said in the syllabus, which I didn't show you that, but you should have this. At the top of the schedule here, you can see very clearly that because we got a late start, week 1 assignments are optional. So I'm not going to count that in your grade at all. But I just counted it here in the test student so you can see how it's going to look for you. So it's just going to basically be a point system. You have a chance to earn 100 points every week, and depending on how many points out of the 100 that you earn, that's going to be your actual grade. So, for example, here I just only gave this test student 30 out of 40 for the 2 quizzes. So at this point, his or her grade average is 90. So you'll have a grade average all during the semester, so there'll be no mystery or guessing on what your grade is at any given time during the course. Okay. Now, my policy is that you can turn assignments in late if you need to. All of these assignments are going to be available all the way until the end of the semester, May 15th. However, I highly, highly encourage you to keep up and not get behind. It'll be very difficult to catch up with this work if you get too far behind. And the other thing I wanted to point out that you should have read in the syllabus, if you read down here when I talk about the policy for grades, if you're able to submit all of your assignments on time during the entire semester, I will add 3 full points to your final grade average. So that's my incentive built in for you to try to keep up. Try as hard as you can to turn your assignments in by their due date, which is always going to be a Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so and then the final course menu item I want to do show you here is people, which is just simply a course a class roster, so you can see who all your classmates are, and you can correspond with them from here. Okay, let's jump back to assignments, and I just wanted to show you how these are going to work. So I'm going to open up chapter. Let's go to chapter 2 since you actually have to do chapter 2. So let's open up chapter 2. Assignments and look at them. So here's chapter 1 problem. So you're going to get a chapter 2 overview, which is a PowerPoint of the chapter, sort of a chapter a summary. Now I have given you guys the first 2 chapters of the book because we got started so late, but I'm not going to be able to give you any more than that because that's a copyright That's a copyright violation. So after chapter 2, you won't see the chapter of the book here. You should have that on your own. I just want to make sure you would know that. Now, what you'll the actual assignment is the chapter 2 problem. So when you open that up, it looks like this right here, and this is a design so you can only type in the boxes, so that and so these actual problems are in the book, and you'll write you'll write the answers in the text box here. So you simply type like that. Um, Now, uh, as we get into the course, you're going to be doing part of your problems and your quizzes in a text document like this, and you'll be doing part of them on a spreadsheet that I will have for you to download. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is that I'll be making and posting videos explaining to you guys how to do the problems on the spreadsheet. So as long as you read the chapters and watch the videos, you should not have any problems. Okay, now when you finish this, you can simply save it as a PDF document, and then submit it, submit it, which I believe you do by clicking on, you click on this blue box right here to submit your document. Now, if it will not accept it in Word, so you need to make sure that you save it as a PDF in order to get it to submit. Now, your quizzes are here. So let me open that up. I think I already have. Let me just, okay. So your quizzes look like this. Here's your rubric. I think let me just jump back here to your assignment. Where did it go? Right here? No, that's the quiz. Well, let me just open it up here. Okay, so you should have, yeah. So it's a very a simple rubric, and you can see it here. That's what I'm going to use for grading. So let's go back to your quiz. Now, when you download the quiz right here, it's going to look pretty much the same as your assignments. You just simply type in your answers in the boxes, save it as a PDF, and submit it. And once again, as we get into the course, you'll be doing part of the quiz on a document and part of the quiz on a spreadsheet. And I'll always post videos, explaining how that's going to work and how to actually work through the problems. Okay, so those are the two assignments, and I think I've already showed you what the discussions look like right here. You just simply put in your post right down here where it says reply. Now, what I do sometimes is I write my post in a Word document where I can where it's easier to edit, and then I just copy and paste it into the box right here, into the discussion threads. Okay, I believe that's pretty much covers the basics of how the course is set up. Always, 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 if you have any questions or concerns ever, please send me, don't hesitate at all to send me an email, and I will answer you promptly. My policy is that I try as hard as I can to answer all of your emails within 24 hours. Okay? All right.